In the shadows of the global economy, a secret trillion-dollar equation holds the key to unimaginable wealth and power. Whispered in hushed tones among the world's financial elite, an enigmatic formula is said to govern the ebb and flow of fortunes. A cipher that shapes economies and influences the course of history. Legends of its existence circulate in the hallowed halls of Wall Street and the covert corridors of power. But does this elusive equation exist, or is it just a myth spun by conspiracy theorists? What if this equation exists? Let's delve into the realm of possibilities. Imagine for a moment that tucked away in a vault or encrypted on a server, there's a mathematical formula so powerful it can manipulate markets, control economies, and influence global politics. This is the legend of the trillion-dollar equation, a mythical key to unimaginable wealth and power. Let's explore the potential scenarios where such an equation could play a role. Picture a clandestine meeting in a secret location. The world's most influential financiers gather around a table, the room heavy with anticipation. At the heart of their discussion, the trillion-dollar equation. With just a few strategic tweaks, they could send stock prices soaring or plummeting, creating fortunes and financial ruin at their whim. But it's not just the stock market that could be manipulated. Imagine the power to predict and even influence currency exchange rates. With such a tool at their disposal, these financial elites could trigger economic booms and busts, dictating the ebb and flow of global wealth. Let's take it a step further. What if this equation was so potent, it could even sway governmental decisions? Picture a world where this secret formula dictates policy, where governments bow to the demands of these shadowy figures, their hands forced by the ominous power of the equation. Could this equation be the puppet master, pulling the strings of world leaders, shaping the course of nations, and even determining the outcomes of wars? Could it be the hidden hand behind some of the most significant economic events in history, from the Great Depression to the dot-com bubble and the financial crisis of 2008? And what if it's not just about wealth and power? Could there be a more sinister agenda at play? Could the keepers of this equation use it to manipulate societies, control populations, or even shape the future of humanity? It's a chilling thought, isn't it? A single equation, in the hands of a powerful few, steering the course of our world. Of course, these are just theories, speculations born from whispers and rumors in the world of finance. But if such an equation does exist, its implications would be both fascinating and terrifying. Like a double-edged sword, it could be a tool for tremendous good or devastating harm. It could be the key to solving global poverty, or the trigger for unprecedented economic inequality. The implications of such a tool are both fascinating and terrifying. This is the enigma of the trillion-dollar equation, a mystery wrapped in a riddle, shrouded in the shadows of the global economy. In the next segment, we'll delve deeper into the potential global impact of this equation and the hidden agendas that might be at play. Stay tuned. With such power, the world as we know it could be shaped at will. Imagine for a moment a world where a secret formula governs the ebb and flow of wealth. It's a concept as fascinating as it is terrifying. This is the world where the trillion-dollar equation holds sway. The trillion-dollar equation isn't just about wealth, it's about power. The power to influence economies, to dictate policy, to steer the course of nations. It's the power to shape the world, to mold it according to the whims of a select few. Imagine, if you will, a world where the rise and fall of stock markets, the success or failure of multinational corporations, even the prosperity or poverty of entire nations, all hinge on this enigmatic equation. Let's look at the global economy. It's a complex, interwoven tapestry of transactions, treaties, deals, and decisions. Now imagine a thread running through that tapestry, a thread that, when pulled, brings the entire structure into alignment. That's the power we're talking about here. That's the influence of the trillion-dollar equation. Consider, for instance, the global financial crisis of 2008. Banks collapsed, markets crumbled, economies around the world teetered on the brink of collapse. But what if that wasn't just a result of poor financial management or reckless lending? What if, lurking in the shadows, the trillion-dollar equation was at work, subtly manipulating the levers of power? Or take the rise of the tech industry. In less than a generation, we've seen companies like Apple, Amazon, and Google explode from startups to global powerhouses. Their meteoric rise has reshaped economies, redefined industries, and reimagined the way we live our lives. But could this success be attributed to more than just innovation and entrepreneurship? Could the trillion-dollar equation have played a part in their ascendancy? Let's delve deeper. What about international politics? Trade wars, sanctions, economic treaties, all these have a profound impact on the global economy. But who really pulls the strings? Who decides which nations prosper and which falter? Could the trillion-dollar equation be the hidden hand guiding these decisions? The implications of such a scenario are staggering. If the trillion-dollar equation is real, then the world as we know it is a carefully crafted illusion, a puppet show orchestrated by unseen masters. Economies wouldn't rise and fall due to market forces or political decisions, but rather at the behest of a shadowy few who possess this coveted formula. Of course, all of this is speculative. It's a theory, a what-if scenario, but it's a scenario that, if true, could redefine our understanding of power, wealth, and control. The very foundations of our global economy would be shaken to their core. And what about those who wield this power? Who are they? Are they benevolent guardians, guiding the world towards prosperity? Or are they puppet masters, pulling the strings for their own gain? The answers to these questions are as elusive as the equation itself. However, one thing is clear. If the trillion-dollar equation does exist, it holds the potential to shape our world in ways we can scarcely imagine. It's a tantalizing thought, a captivating mystery, but it's also a chilling prospect. The idea that a select few could hold such power, could influence the fate of nations, could dictate the course of global economies, is a sobering thought. The equation that could potentially control the world's wealth is a daunting thought. As we continue to explore this enigma, remember, the truth is often stranger than fiction, and in the world of the trillion-dollar equation, the line between fact and fiction is blurred. So keep your eyes open, your mind sharp, and your curiosity piqued, because in this world, nothing is as it seems. But who holds the reins to this immense power? It's a question that's been whispered in hushed tones across boardrooms, in online forums, and even in the halls of academia. The trillion-dollar equation, an elusive mathematical formula that supposedly wields the power to manipulate global economies, is the stuff of legend. Let's venture deeper into the rabbit hole. We're not talking about a simple equation you'd find in a high school algebra book. No, this is a complex algorithm, a cipher for the world's wealth, shrouded in layers of secrecy and intrigue. It's rumored to be held by a select few, an elite group who pull the strings of the global economy from behind a veil of anonymity. These puppet masters, as some call them, are believed to be a mix of influential financiers, powerful corporations, and perhaps even covert government entities. They operate in the shadows, silently shaping market trends and influencing fiscal policies, all the while maintaining an impenetrable wall of secrecy. Imagine the power that such a formula could wield. It could predict market crashes, manipulate stock prices, even influence international trade deals. The trillion-dollar equation could be the ultimate tool for economic domination on a global scale. But how does one get their hands on such a potent tool? The answer, it seems, is as elusive as the equation itself. Some suggest that the formula is passed down through generations of elite families, while others believe it's a closely guarded secret among top-tier financial institutions. There are even whispers of a clandestine society, a sort of Illuminati of the financial world, who alone know the true power of the trillion-dollar equation. These theories, as tantalizing as they are just that, theories. Concrete evidence is scarce, and the world of finance is notoriously tight-lipped. And yet, the myths persist, fueled by the tantalizing allure of a secret formula that could unlock untold wealth and power. The puppeteers of the global economy remain hidden in the shadows. As we continue to dig deeper, one thing becomes clear. The trillion-dollar equation, whether real or imagined, is a symbol of the immense power and influence that a select few wield over our global economy. The trillion-dollar equation, a contentious topic with varying viewpoints. The question of its existence has sparked a fascinating debate, pitting the skeptics against the believers, the economists against the conspiracy theorists, and the financial analysts against the armchair detectives. Each faction brings forth compelling arguments, further deepening the mystery surrounding this enigmatic equation. Let's first hear from the skeptics. Economists, mathematicians, and financial analysts, the stalwarts of reason in this debate, argue that such an equation is nothing more than a myth. They assert that the global economy is far too complex, governed by an array of variables and factors that change dynamically. The idea of a single equation manipulating this chaos seems improbable. As they see it, The trillion-dollar equation is a fantastical notion, an enthralling tale spun by those seeking excitement in the mundane world of numbers. Now, moving on to the believers, the conspiracy theorists who claim that the trillion-dollar equation is more than just a myth. They argue that the existence of such an equation reflects the clandestine workings of the global financial markets. They believe that this equation, hidden in plain sight, is the secret weapon of the elite, a tool used to shape economies and alter the course of history. To them, the world of finance is not a random game of chance but a calculated, premeditated game of chess. Then there are the financial analysts, caught in the crossfire of this debate, who present a more nuanced perspective. They acknowledge the complexity of the global markets, but also recognize patterns and trends, the invisible hands that seem to guide the flow of money. They neither completely dismiss the idea of a trillion-dollar equation, nor fully embrace it. For them, the possibility of its existence is intriguing but remains unproven unless tangible evidence emerges. Finally, we have the armchair detectives, everyday people fascinated by this mystery. They sift through the shadows of the internet, dissecting articles, blogs, and forums, piecing together tidbits of information in their quest for the truth. Their views vary widely, from vehement denial to unwavering belief, further enriching this discourse. So where does this leave us? With a captivating mystery, that's for sure. The trillion-dollar equation remains an enigma, a puzzle that keeps both skeptics and believers on their toes. It's a testament to the allure of the unknown, the thrill of the chase, and the human desire to uncover hidden truths. The debate continues, fueled by the mysteries that surround the trillion-dollar equation. The trillion-dollar equation, a tool for global domination or a mere financial myth. This elusive formula, whispered about in hushed tones within the highest echelons of power, continues to intrigue and mystify us. Is it really a key to unfathomable wealth, a secret weapon of economic warfare used by an unseen few to control the ebb and flow of global markets? Or perhaps is it simply an urban legend, a fanciful tale spun by conspiracy theorists and skeptics, a phantom of the financial world, existing only in the realm of speculation and imagination? The debate rages on, with compelling arguments on both sides, leaving us in a vortex of uncertainty. The implications of its existence, if proven true, are staggering. It would mean that an invisible hand is pulling the strings of our global economy, steering the course of nations. The trillion-dollar equation, a tool for global domination or a mere financial myth? The truth remains shrouded in mystery. What do you think about the trillion-dollar equation? Is it a myth spun by the vivid imaginations of conspiracy theorists? Or might there be a kernel of truth buried deep within the annals of finance? As we draw the curtain on this thrilling exploration, we invite you to join the conversation. Share your thoughts, your theories, your doubts, and your convictions in the comments section below. Is there a secret trillion-dollar equation, or is it just smoke and mirrors? If this topic has piqued your curiosity and you're eager to delve deeper, we've listed some intriguing resources in the description box. These books, articles, and podcasts will take you further down the rabbit hole of financial conspiracies. And remember, every theory starts as a spark of imagination, a question that refuses to be silenced. So keep asking, keep probing, keep questioning. Share your theories and let's unravel the mysteries of the trillion-dollar equation together.